Hey there, Pisces. It's Angie with Feisty Butterfly Tarot. And today we are taking a look at the Osho Zen Deck and also the Conscious Spirit Deck for the second week of February. And this is a week to 10 days time for the general collective of Pisces. So check what's going on. We're going to flip this upside down so you can see which cards. This is just a crack in the deck, kind of a sneak peek type of look. This is the Page of Coins. This is adventure, readiness to go, enthusiasm to see what's going on in the outside, readiness to reach out, to expand. Then you have from the Conscious Spirit Oracle, Flames of Wisdom, the Crone, and it says, I'm open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. So we're going to take a look at these towards the end of your reading, and we're going to go into the Osho Zen Deck. Now, the Osho Zen, if you see the back, it's got all these scribbles on it. And it's one of my favorite decks. I finally decided to break down and write on it. It's one of my favorites because it's so colorful and it's very hippie trippy in its nature. So we're going to see what's going on with you in this deck, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, I'm adjusting my mic right now. Hopefully, it'll be an interesting thing for you. I almost shuffled that backwards. All right. Okay, Pisces, let's take a look. We're going to see what's going on currently, and then a little bit about what's coming at you and what might be happening in the future. So let's see what's going on. Ooh. Okay. What is going on with that one? That one's calling. Don't know why, but we'll find out eventually here. Okay. This feels like what's happening currently. Okay. Now, the imagery is very, very different. I hope you can see some of this. I'll bring some of them up closer for you, too. So, if we're going, this would be more towards the past, this more towards the future, but overall, this is the now. At the center of it, there is a little bit of sorrow, anxiety, mental grief, staying up late at night. Something's keeping you up. You're trying to wrap your mind around something. You're trying to figure it out. Sometimes this is sorrow. In this deck, they show it as sorrow. I also think of this as the rude awakening or an epiphany or an aha moment. And this is when you have to be able to find some way to rest to get the solution. So that's where that is. Now, on the outskirts of these, you have cycles, the Wheel of Fortune, and abundance, the King of Coins. So the cycles to do with the lessons of life, repeating, natural timing, divine timing, luck, good fortune, the wheel of life, circle of life, basically cycles. And on this end of it, you've got abundance. This is the King of Pentacles, where he knows how to handle things. He needs a plan. This guy needs a plan, and he might be slower to think things through and to act, but he acts very well in the 3D, very supportive, and helps to energize things, helps to get things going in the actual real world hearth and home type of environment. Now, these guys might be disturbing, a little interference type of thing. You have the Emperor energy, which is really great, but this deck calls it the Rebel. This is the Emperor. He comes in all fierce. He knows what he needs to do to get things handled. He's breaking chains, doing what he needs to do to allow himself to be free enough to create order and create his kingdom and rule it. And then here, I wrote crying time on this one. This is the Three of Hearts. This is sorrow. Again, this is another card of epiphany. It's not just heartbreak or betrayal, but it sometimes is having a brave face or being cold, frozen, sometimes separateness. But this one is epiphany because in this one you have the Two of Swords crossed, and then that third thought comes in. It's the new truth. It's the new situation, the new adjustment, the new recognition of something. Okay, so that's what's currently going on for you. Now, let's see what's coming up towards you. So, for Pisces in February, what's coming towards you? I may have to even buy another deck of these. I love them. They are so fun. And they're feisty, man. They've been kicking out cards a lot. All right, we're going to just take it and go. 5 cards. What do you know? All right. This is what we're looking at. Coming up, you're going to need to really lean on your inner voice. They have this labeled that. On the high priestess, on the feminine aspects of yourself. Lean into the mystery. Lean into that inner knowing. Lean into those secrets as they unfold for you. Here's the sun. So you have the moon here, the sun here. This sun says innocence. This is everything's growing. Everything's becoming illuminated. Everything is blooming. And there's a sense of renewed wonder, which is why I think they have it as innocence. Because this one's pretty far along the major arcana. Major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, major arcana. Are we getting the hint here? Yeah, you're in a cycle. Things are going to have to be changing for you to rule the kingdom. You're going to have to lean into the feminine mysteries and also illuminate things that are dark. So some secrets or some ways of doing will be illuminated, will be grown into a new way of doing, new information, new way of handling things, okay? Then you have inner riches to share, again, referring to the inner. This is ripeness. This is when things are at their peak. Usually you see the 9 of coins and she's in the garden and everything is blooming all around her. These two, very much big deal. Very big for you right now. So this is learning this independence of self, learning this timing thing, having things come out. Do take a little time to yourself to get your brain on straight, to get centered. Then, also coming up, we have the Empress, the Earth Mother, joy in doing things, creativity, divine growth. This is when things start flourishing. So you have both of these kind of counterbalance. Maybe this rigidness that sometimes comes with the Emperor is now more flowing as the Empress is taking priority, or more in the mind right now, more in the forefront of your mind, I would say. Maybe this is letting go of some of this rigidness and preparing. Then you have this overwhelm, this 10 of Wands. This is suppression. This is like, oh shit, what's going on? This is feeling overwhelmed. Usually you see the 10 wands coming at somebody, or they're carrying a burden that's just too big. This is asking for help when you feel this. Don't be too trapped by it. Don't let all of those things burden you. There is need to let somebody help and share the burden and share the load with you. Okay? So that's what's coming up in the future. Let's look for a couple bits of advice and then we'll close out with the Conscious Spirit deck from here. Okay? So, woo! All right. Jumpy cards today, my gosh. That's half the fun of this deck too. All right, so you have participation, guilt, and playfulness. So it looks like your head might be still doing a number on you here and there. So this is saying, you know, when you're going crazy and just so aggravated and everybody's trying to get something and it's like you can't get a minute of quiet, but you're locked in your own head, locked in your own mind, and there's no joy. You're just focusing on things that are driving you mad. And this is something that you can't escape, but you can escape, but you have to open your eyes so you can see things a little more clearly. This is about creativity. This is celebrations, little celebrations. This is graduations, births, weddings, just victories going on. They're usually rites of passage times where everybody needs to play their part. This, again, I mentioned allowing others to help you, allowing yourself to ask for help, letting people play their parts. And then this playful, childlike energy that's enthusiastic, ready to go. This is the Page of Wands energy. This is calling out like, hooray! Reminds me of a kid calling like you used to call your friends and say, hey, can you play today? Can you come over today? That excitement of knowing that you had maybe a Saturday and you could have your friend over. And then when your friend is coming over, you're so excited and happy. That kind of playfulness, letting go and letting there be freedom and sense of humor, and things are energized at that point. So be aware on those kind of aspects of things. Allow for some of this because it's going to be there. You're going to be in a little bit of craziness in your head, but also unravel these mysteries, shed more light on things, allow for support, allow for growth and divine timing. Okay. All right. Now we're going to look real quick at Conscious Spirit. See if there's any, post-it notes. Definitely one for sure. This is sacral chakra. This is the power of creation. This is right on point, right on point. I think allow for the creativity to be bigger than the headspace. Allow for the creative fire, the creative juice, that creative inspiration energy to come through. All right? You have the Empress and Emperor, the Sun and the Moon. Lots of things going on in the circle of life, in the wheel of life. Lots of good fortune happening right now. This says, I am comfortable in my body and sensitive to other people's feelings. So this is an awareness. It's not just all about the individual. This is an awareness and coming together for the sacral chakra, union, creativity, that kind of thing. The creative force. Whoa. Oh, the crone appeared again. And the air elemental. So we'll do the air elemental first. This is also swords elemental. So it's saying, I embrace the element of air and I'm open to knowledge and wisdom. This isn't just information intake. This is opening up to knowledge and wisdom. This is what this high priestess is all about, wisdom. And the sun is illuminating lots of light. And the next one out for you is the crone. And this is the flames of wisdom. Very closely related, right? And it says, I'm open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. All right. That is what I have for you guys today. Oh, I hope this next week or so goes really well for you and that you are able to use some of this and have a really great week to 10 days coming up. Let me know how it resonates. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, come see me again. Bye, guys. Hey there, Pisces. It's Angie with Feisty Butterfly Tarot. And today